As you guys walk in and in front of the throne, Logan immediately gets down to one knee. What do you guys do?
I suppose I'll do the same thing.
Does everybody kneel in front of the throne?
I'm looking confused at the moment.
I don't know. Actually, I'm just gonna stand there. I don't know what to do. I guess.
Actually, do I have to enter the room?
Yes,
wait.
you have to.
Wait,
Okay.
wait, since I'm like noble, do I know what I should do? Like, can I like roll?
Everybody knows that you should bow in front of royalty.
Okay, I'm gonna bow. Or curtsy or...
Yeah, I'm just gonna do... The thing is, I don't physically bow, I just do the little courtesy thing, just dip my legs a little bit and go,
Alyssia makes sure there's at least one person between her and the prince, and that her hood is, you know, still up, covering parts of her face, and then
As the
gets one
guards
down on one knee.
behind you are moving over to close the doors, you see one very briskly walks up to you. What are you doing, you fucking monkeys? Get on your knees.
Oh, okay. Fuck you? No, I don't say that in character.
It just snaps. Fuck you! Oh.
The guard then immediately walks over to the door and they continue closing it.
Okay, fine. I'm getting on my knee. Also, is the guy on the screen the prince? Because he's kind of ugly.
No, this is the advisor on the side of the throne.
Okay, well, he's ugly. That means
He
he's evil.
looks very disgusted at you guys who are clearly breaking procedure and not kneeling in the presence
Literally.
of royalty.
Yeah, well, that's Logan's fault. He didn't
Literally,
tell us what to
zero
do.
fucks given.
I guess I'll just...
Theron just kind of like dips his head a little bit. He's like, who, why? Who, what, why?
I guess I'll... Fuck it, fine, I'm kneeling. I don't even know what I'm doing, okay?
Well, like I said, Alyssia makes sure that someone is between her and the prince, and then kneels with the hood still up, covering, you know,
This
most
is
of her
my
face.
worst nightmare.
This is my worst nightmare. Don't find me out.
No, legitimately, I have a thing about these specific types of situations in real life. This is literally my worst nightmare.
So the guy clearly displeased at your display, his voice booms powerfully through the room. Kneel in front of His Majesty Prince Rowan Regaud. Your eyes eventually start to adjust to the lightning in the room and you can start to make out the prince sitting in his throne.
Why does this guy feel like a fucking mix of like Joffrey from Game of Thrones and Gaara from Naruto?
That's actually a good comparison.
He taps the blade in his hand as he looks over the rest of you guys, seemingly with very little interest, before his eyes lock onto Logan, who's kneeling in front of him. So, you are Logan. From the stories I heard, I was expecting more. What about these people? You, woman, who are you? He looks towards you, Iris.
My name is Iris. Shrine maiden of a local coast.
I asked for your name. What is your family name, girl?
Oh. Well, I can't really avoid it now. She goes, my name is Iris Shirokawa.
So you're the heir.
She's really confused. You can see the confusion across her face, like... yes, I suppose.
You'd think that someone of your, shall we say, pedigree would be brought up better. How disappointing.
She says nothing to that.
I guess you can take a rat out of the streets, but you can't take the streets out of the rat.
She's physically glaring at him now. It's like she's mantraing inside her head, like, do not punch royalty.
What about the rest of you?
My name is Vira. I do not have a family name.
My, how far we've fallen, Logan. Just 20 years ago I thought you were one of the most infamous knights. And yet look at these people you bring before me. What is this, a joke? Do you mock me with this display? Logan doesn't say anything. None of you interest me anyway, except for you. And he points towards you, Iris. By your surprise, I'm gonna assume that your family has not contacted you yet. So in that case, congratulations! You have the opportunity to become a noble, achieve every gutter rat's dream ever. You might actually be the first.
She looks up and she's like, what do you mean?
They need an heir, don't they? Rohana disappointed them. So, they're banking on you next. Rejoice! What do you plan to do once they offer you to join the family, officially, as their heir?
Well, as long as it doesn't interfere with what I wish to do, then I guess I would join.
Oh? You wish to become the next heir to the Shirokawa fortune and their legacy?
I will be honest, I do not know what that entails.
What difference does it make? It's power, it's fame, it's everything one should strive for in life. What more do you want?
Fame is bothersome, and lately I haven't found power all that intriguing.
I have already decided how you will serve me. That is why you are here. He looks towards the advisor, who gives him a small parchment and hands it over to the prince. The prince then takes a second look at the parchment and tosses it in front of you. You shall take this. You are leaving for the front lines, are you not? You will deliver this for me. Take it, and make sure you don't lose it. Open it, and now add your heads to my collection.
Urge to open, rising. But yeah, is Logan gonna reach it out? Because if he doesn't, then I will.
Logan's not moving.
Oh, then I pick it up.
You'll get the details from my advisor later. Now, on to the second matter at hand. I need you to go to Light's End, and as soon as he says that, Logan suddenly pipes up and interrupts him. We refuse. As soon as he says that, the prince smirks slightly and his hand flickers. The hand that's holding the blade suddenly flashes forward and throws the weapon at Logan, piercing him through the shoulder.
Wait.
Logan winces in pain, but he stays where he is.
If I'm next to him, can I stop that?
You can attempt to stop it if you want.
I got a monk ability. I'm just
Okay,
gonna
so
flip
you
missiles.
want to reach out and grab the blade, is that right?
Yes.
You reach out and grab the blade that was meant to pierce Logan. As you do that, the prince's disinterest suddenly turns into curiosity as he looks back towards you. Oh? And he smirks. Defying me. Is that it?
I was just making sure the conversation stayed civil. After all, you wouldn't want to be the one to turn such a thing, my lord.
He laughs out loud. Such brazen disrespect. But I will allow it. You amuse me. Right. Well, we have wasted enough time. You are free to go. Remember, don't disappoint me. I don't give out second chances.
Is the sword still in front of us?
Yeah,
Can I walk over to it and pick it up?
yes you can.
Hey, Vira hasn't done anything. I think the only reason he's pissed is because I don't have a last name, and that's not something I can control. So, fuck him.
Can I try to break the sword?
Yes you
Just
can. Roll me damage with your hands.
What is
Your unarmed damage is not. I think it's D2 plus your strength. I like how you assume if it was magical. I would like to think that Theron was like, "This is mine now."
Honestly, even with that, it's good enough. The sword is not particularly well made. You managed to break it quite easily.
He just says, weak, and tosses it on the floor and walks out.
By the way, as Vira goes past her, she just got a hand over her face, and she's like, that was even a little much for me.
Theron, as you do that and say that disrespectful manner, you suddenly feel that you're about to get attacked. Your instincts kick in. What do?
I swing around and throw a punch.
Surely, even among chiefs, there's respect at certain points that must be given.
Well, the problem is he's from a tribe
We
where...
walk among titans.
I mean, I suspect that
the
Theron's tribe
strong
operates over the strong, like, you know,
As
the
you do that
fittest one.
disrespectful gesture, somebody appears from the shadows on the side of the room where the light didn't permit you to see too well. As you throw a flimsy punch, it's easily avoided, and someone puts a blade to your neck. I believe you owe an apology. I suggest you get down on your knees, savage, and do it proper this time, or I'm gonna relieve you of your head. Did you not hear me? I don't like repeating myself. Get on your knees right now.
Theron turns towards the prince and...
Please, just...
As you turn towards the prince, she kicks the back of your knee, forcing you down to one knee.
That's a girl?
Theron,
I'm
as you're down on one knee, she
sorry that
again
I
holds the
broke.
blade to your neck. What do? Her boot is now on your back and she is facing you towards the floor. Do you let her? I told you to get on your knees and grovel. Or can you not understand me, you filthy savage?
I'm just gonna put my hand on Theron's shoulder and just kind of look at him in the eyes. Just like pleading silently.
As everything transpires in front of the prince, Logan has moved over to a central position in front of you guys, and he properly grovels in front of the prince and apologizes instead of you, Theron, since he is in fact the leader of Noble Moon. And you, Shirokawa girl, I would advise you not to turn down the offer of your family. That would be most displeasing.
Trust it. That's not in, like, character, but now I just suddenly just don't trust it. Damn it. Okay. It was just nods, then pushes Theron again. It's like, move.
And why? This is why we shouldn't.
To be fair, I think it's mainly our fault. We took the barbarian to a noble meeting.
Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna end well, but I just... Okay, alright, so let's just get this over with. How is Logan gonna scold us this time?
Oh, he has no intention of scolding. You see he's super angry. Like, usually you can't read his expression. He seems to always be calm and collected, but now he's very visibly angry. He's just walking ahead briskly.
Okay, so
follow along.
Guys are leaving the palace.
he's giving us the silent treatment. Okay.
Well, this is probably not the fucking place to yell at you.
All right, fair enough. He's
For
gonna
yelling,
wait.
we'll wait.
he's waiting until we get in the car.
Oh, turn this car around.
And why?
As you start walking out of the palace, somebody is already there to greet you. Unlike what you expected, it's actually not the royal advisor. He stayed behind. Somebody else is there from the palace to deal with you. He shoos off the guards and approaches you. Well, as far as private meetings have gone, I've probably seen better.
To be fair, we're not dead.
Yes, well, there's no the dead are not exactly useful pawns. Well,
by the way, you would be? I just
that
realized.
doesn't matter. We'll probably run into each other eventually. Don't worry about names for now.
Fair enough.
You sure pissed off Mamvo. Watching her get so worked up. It made my day. I'll give you that.
Oh? Wait, did he say mom?
Yeah.
Oh, that was your mother?
Well, not my real one. We just call her mom. She is rather old after all.
She is. Suspicions rise.
By the way, what you see in the picture is not exactly true this time around. You can make out that there's a very powerful spirit lurking around him. Normal people would actually not take notice. It's not like something is materializing around him or something. He seems to be very spiritualistically in tune, so much so that his spirit is actually being able to take shape. That's, by the way, the kind of high-level shit that Gordon can do.
So yeah, it's not an actual spirit that I can talk. No, okay, never mind.
It's basically his spirit is so strong that it's materializing in a shape that you can sort of make out.
Wait, does that mean I can see it?
Oh yeah, you guys can all see it.
Oh, fair enough.
But yeah, it's like Iris is gonna shrug. Theron here is a great soldier and a great fighter and has your back. Not sure about social interactions though.
Yes, well, barbarians aren't known exactly for their social skills.
Can I reach up and put my hand over Theron's mouth?
What did Theron say?
He's about to mention something about weak kings.
I was gonna say, yeah, does it get covered up before I say it?
Nah, you can go ahead. I'll allow it.
Damn it!
I said, weak kings make weak countries.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing you're not in charge then, because a blind barbarian is not gonna get us anywhere either.
Exact reason I have no aspirations to sit on a useless throne.
So tell me, this is not a very common event. What do you think about Iris? You wanna marry him?
Hey, what?
Yeah, you're gonna be the next heir to the Shirokawa fortune, aren't you? That's what he was hinting at. You wanna be his next bride?
She's gonna look and go, isn't he like 10 years younger than me?
What are you talking about? He's well in his 20s. Well, early 20s.
She's gonna look, she's older than me?
He's due for his coronation in about 4 or 5 months, if I believe.
She's gonna look very confused.
Every king needs a queen.
She's gonna go.
Looks like he fancies you. Well, your name at least.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, if he is willing to give someone like you a chance, how bad can it be, right? I mean, what are you? You just came from some random village, right?
I was brought up in Shirokawa ways. Just because I.
Oh really? Then you do, and you're telling me that through all those years of you being brought up by the Shirokawa ways, you don't know how to bow in front of your superiors? Come on.
I curtsied. Bowing implies I shouldn't be wearing a skirt. Of course she's wearing robes right now, but same principle. Then again,
anyway,
like she's got to look around.
Talking for quite so long.
How many
Perhaps
women
we should get down to business before Mother gets angry that I've been spending so much time outside the palace. Right, here are the details. He gives you a small list with coordinates. You need to deliver the message here. Now, the man that needs to receive it, let's see, where was that? Ah, yes. You are to deliver it to the 7th Battalion. I believe they call them the Lucky 7. Sounds like a joyous bunch. The man in charge is William Stone. Yeah. Oh, I remember him. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. Yes, so you need to deliver this message to him. We have a small group of reinforcements here in that way later today. About 400 or so strong men that are going to be dispatched to the Lucky 7. So, since you're heading the same way, you might want to go with them, you know, for safe travels. But hey, if you want to rush ahead and get yourself killed, that's none of my business, right? He just shrugs.
Fair enough. Got a motion for everybody. Come on. Let's get everything in order.
Though I still have to question why you would allow a barbarian to walk among you. I guess there's weird people everywhere. He just shrugs as he starts going up the stairs towards the palace.
Okay, who wants to quickly go shopping and let Logan calm down? She whispers to everybody else. I think for Theron's transgression we may have to get him a shirt. Actually, that's probably a good punishment for a barbarian. Every time you're naughty, you have to have one piece of clothing added.
By the way, you noticed that the guy that Logan exchanged something with earlier is now back on the street, and he gives Logan the package back. Logan unwraps the cloth and takes out an exact replica of the wooden staff he left behind in the prince's reception hall.
Ah, so he knew we would refuse. Clever.
Of course he did. Since he refused before the prince even finished his, sentence.
Anyway, we can discuss the details before we leave. Come with me.
She nods.
So Logan and Iris fuck off somewhere. What are the rest of you guys gonna do? Is it buy Theron shirt time?
Yeah, he's been naughty, now he needs a shirt.
Yeah.
Too bad, you shouldn't have broke the prince's sword and then refused to apologize. Now you get a shirt.
I did apologize for breaking the sword.
Yeah, after I coaxed you for like 5 minutes.
At least give him cuffs.
Okay,
Logan is
you
the
get
one
a
that
short,
apologized
you get a
properly.
short sleeve shirt. You get like a tank top.
I apologized
You get
pretty
a-
quickly for breaking the sword.
Yeah, but it was a backhanded apology.
They didn't say it had to be sincere.
Instead, you need to go down on your knees, but that's beyond the point right now. Iris, as Logan takes you a little off to the side, you see that his expression is starting to soften a little bit after that fiasco earlier. He takes you to one of the side alleys so you guys can sit down and talk in quiet as you bring out the map. Right?
Alright.
What's the route we're gonna take?
This one here, she says as she points out, it's like we could either take the one following the reinforcements or this one following several towns.
I didn't ask you for options, I asked you which path are we gonna take, you're in charge.
I'd prefer the one going through several towns. As much as it would be safer to take the other one, I honestly, well, I would rather not.
I've marked these towns about 5 years ago. There's no telling if they're still there.
We can only hope. As we get closer to the front lines, I suspect they won't be still there.
If we travel with these soldiers, it's probably gonna take us much longer to get to the front lines, but it would be safer.
True, but the sooner we get there, the sooner we can start things. I think we're gonna be okay.
Very well then. So, we're gonna leave the soldiers behind and leave on our own.
She nods.
Okay. And that's decided. He starts getting up. He then flicks out the wooden staff and turns it into a walking cane to support himself. Go ahead. I can see the question is burning in you. You want to know why I picked you to be a leader, right?
She stares for a couple moments and nods. Yes.
The Shirokawa name, your upbringing, your current position with the church, your motives, these are all shallow enough reasons that the others will believe if you tell them I said it. Considering how I have conditioned them so far, you can easily use their dislike for me and make them rally around you. Don't be shy to make the most of it, or me giving them a hard time would have been for nothing. As for why it has to be you, as I have said, there are many different types of leaders. What we need right now is a leader who will inspire and motivate, display high integrity and honesty, drives for results, communicates powerfully and decisively, builds relationships, innovates and develops others, it will be a long and hard task to slay the overworld. In other words, we're in this for the long haul, so we need a leader who will be more useful the more time passes. Whether you yourself are aware of it or not yet, you can become that leader. While the others will probably not notice anytime soon, you have already overcome your arrogance. You became painfully aware of how weak you really are and accepted help from a person you considered an enemy, didn't you? Don't forsake your overconfidence and bravado. Those are weapons. But never forget it's just an act. Like a lion's roar or gorilla's thumping at its chest. If you believe your own act, it will become your weakness. Are we clear?
I understand. I've always understood that.
Do you now?
Well, how do you
And yet,
think
here we were, in the throne room, and you just watched as Theron made an ass of himself and almost got himself killed.
She, at that point, it's like a smirk comes across her face and she shrugs. Honestly, I think he deserved a little humbling. I wouldn't have let it happen.
Why was I the one on my knees? Apologizing. You are the leader now. That was your job. He is your man, and his mistake is your mistake.
She stands up where she was, brushes off her robe, and she goes, I did not feel the need to bow.
And what if the prince wanted his head? What then?
She thinks on that for a good while. She's like, then it would have happened. Whatever happened would have happened. But it didn't. She shrugs. What's the point in worrying on it now? You will learn. And so would I. Come on.
You seem to make... doesn't matter. Logan just shakes his head and uses the cane to support himself as you guys continue walking.
Logan marked the entry places for that other place on the map, did he not?
Oh, yes. She,
May I see the map?
she opens up a map and hands it off to Alyssia.
Alyssia simply looks the map over once and then hands it back.
She nods and puts it back in her pack.
Because Alyssia can remember the map.
Yep, she's smart like that.
I now remember the map.
Or she just has a stupidly good memory. I'm not... well, okay, she's not dumb, but she's probably not... like, there are smarter people than Alyssia.
The map is not up to size, just saying. For anybody that's currently measuring shit.
Wait, where the fuck are we?
You're in the kingdom of Edelvant, over here where your marker is.
Oh.
Little
And
noble
your
moving.
target destination, the hideout, is over here in the mountains. However, you're gonna have to make a quick detour if you're gonna do the task for the prince.
And that begins the front line somewhere, like, what, here? Or there?
Fuck it, this way.
Yeah, but where's the front line?
Basically, as a rough estimate, this over here is the front line. If you can see my marker, right?
Yeah.
This is basically the front line, roughly.
Wait, the forest we went to, like, for the Demon Mansion bullshit? Which forest was that? Or, like, where was that?
Sorry, what?
The forest we went to with the Demon Mansion bullshit, which forest was that?
That was just south of the kingdom around here.
Okay. And the mysterious village?
It's in the forest, on the edge of it, so still here.
Okay.
On the edge of the kingdom.
Cool.
Right. So you start walking outside of town. You walk
Okay.
for quite a good while. It's been a few hours, basically. You start to leave the capital behind you. Eventually Logan stops and turns towards the rest of you guys. Right. Take out the small... Wait, sorry, that's too loud. Take out the small whistle from your backpacks. It's wooden with the engraving of a horse.
I do so.
Alyssia searches the backpack for the whistle and presumably finds it.
Yeah, every backpack has one. He blows the whistle and you see a black smoke begin to materialize, and soon in front of him stands a black steed. he very nimbly gets on top of it.
Iris, of course, looks shocked at this. It's like, whoa!
What? Hey! What? Twice?
He's got the next.